Right, welcome back guys, pull day. We have got a big back session going down. Today you will get a complete guide on how to build a huge back. Step by step, exercise selection, exercise execution, shall get broken down. Now, you will get as much dialogue out of me as possible, but I cannot promise anything groundbreaking because we are getting closer to that 7-week out mark now, and as you can probably tell from my face, condition is certainly getting better. I am on track for my standards, and on track for my standards, any of the guys that work with me know exactly where I'm at right now. So we are getting close, and I am happy-ish with where I am at this moment in time. Things can always be better, right? And that's always the attitude that I like to take towards everything that I do. Progress, not perfection, but perfection is something that I always strive for with everything that I do, with my process as a coach, with my process as an athlete, and all of the other areas of my life. So, plan of action for today, guys. I am going to run the structure of the session that I have planned for after the deload. I do have a deload coming up this week, and I will show you exactly what that will entail. But first, the session for today. We are going to run a pull-down variation that has been suggested by one of my friends, Fabian Kuba from Germany. He is a very knowledgeable coach himself. He has been mentored by Chris Beardsley, and he has given me some suggestions when it comes to some of the exercises, which I definitely think will do the job. So today, we will run the pull-down, 3 working sets. 3 working sets, single arm row. Then we'll move back onto a frontal plate pull down. Then we'll move back onto a different pull down on the Citadel pull down. And then we'll finish on the low row from Prime, which is just a tremendous machine. Then we'll have 1 working set of scapular tractions, which is a shrug variation I've been doing for a long time now. For me, it's definitely the king of all shrugs, especially if you want the mid upper back and trap bias work. It's undefeated. So I will likely do that on the T-bar today, and then super simple 3 working sets of single arm bicep curl, followed by 2 working sets of reverse cable fly. So total working sets for the session, 15 working sets. Super simple, a straightforward session, but we do have a lot of single arm working, which does make the session a little bit more challenging and a little bit longer, but that's okay. That's what we're here for, right? So guys, without further ado, let's get to business, game time. Okay guys, we've got a special surprise. We've got a box from Hardbody, and what do we have here? We've got some knee sleeves in 2 different colors, and my favorite accessory of all time. I actually helped design these, and these have actually come out perfect. These cuffs are insane, and these are exactly what I wanted and needed. Now these are extremely versatile, but also very heavy duty. As you can see, because this handle actually goes into this, they do not break over time. So I have battle tested these under some heavy load, and these have been absolutely tremendous. So this lifting straps and knee sleeves are accessories you should all be wearing, and you should all have in your gym bag. And if you don't, then you need to get on it. Code Kuba at Hardbody and get yours now. Okay, warm up done. Now the phone is going away, guys. Super simple warm up for me. I literally do it just to get a little bit of blood flow going and get the mind in the fucking game. So, planks are amazing for strengthening your core and general core control. So I do them before every single session. And I do find it helps with keeping the midsection a little bit tighter, and it actually reinforces me to brace properly when I do lift. So it does play a role, serves a purpose. Single arm pull over, just primer exercise to get a little bit of blood into the lat before I actually go into the main movements, which today I will start with pull down, a variation you haven't seen me do before. So I'm excited to get stuck into it. But first, one more set of the primer work, then I'm ready to go. Right, MPS max, guys. Down to 30 grams of MPS max, and that's as low as I will go for entire prep. That still puts me in a spot where I still get enough fuel intra-workout to keep the recovery process moving along pretty well, and it does provide me more sustainable energy throughout the session. My sessions generally last 2 hours, even low volume sessions, and this certainly helps with training performance, sustained energy, and recovery process. So if you're not having intra-workout, you miss it out. I also have 5 grams of glutamine and creatine in there. So get involved, get massive, train by JP, code Kuba 10, you know the drill. Perfect. Big boy sets. $180, please. My rep ranges have shifted a little bit, especially now I'm in prep. I do like to work in slightly lower rep range when fuel isn't as sufficient. And guys, sometimes your rep ranges can very much be dictated by how much fuel is actually taking, right? So if your carbohydrates are not very high for you and you are not in a calorie surplus, it's probably not a good idea to be doing high rep sets, because you simply don't have the glycogen to support that kind of work. So I think sometimes it's a smart idea to revisit your rep ranges and maybe scale back a little bit. Don't be afraid to work in slightly lower rep range, still in bodybuilding rep ranges, which is generally like 6 to 12, but using a little bit more load. Still keeping execution tight, but focusing more so on mechanical tension as opposed to just chasing a pump. Pump isn't relevant, guys. Just one thing to note, guys. One thing to note. If you are doing any unilateral work, always remember, treat your arms as separate sets. Yes, it's going to take twice as long, but there's always a merit to training certain body parts unilaterally. I feel like lats in particular are always going to respond much better to unilateral work from most people, especially if you have short arms, a wide rib cage, like me. You are going to get so much more out of your lat training unilaterally. If you've got long arms and an narrow rib cage, you're fine. You can probably do both arms and you'll get a great connection, but most people, unfortunately, are not blessed with that sort of shape. And if you're Ronnie Coleman, then just do barbell rows and you'll be fine. Great. You can train your entire back with 3 movements. A pull down variation above the head, coming from this plane of motion into this. A row, moving from a high to a low plane of motion, which I'm doing right now. And a low row. Something like a chest supported T-bar, or even an incline setup with the dumbbells, but any row that essentially puts you in this position and allows you to drive your elbows through and back to target your upper lats, your traps, and your upper back. So 3 exercises, right? Pull down, row, low row, job done. And then if you want a massive trap, finish off with some shrugs. That's a bonus point. If you've got a huge back, guys, super simple, focus on good execution, pick exercises you can connect with well, and pick exercises you can progress with over time without any connective tissue pain. Right then. Huge part of the execution is your exercise setup. Always write down your settings on the machine. So chest support, write down the setting that you're using. Write down the height of your seat. Inconsistency in exercise setup will limit your ability to execute a lift correctly. If you cannot execute a lift correctly, you are likely not providing the muscle you're trying to train with the stimulus that actually needs. So pay attention to the settings that you use and standardize them using your logbook, writing down the settings. And if you can remember it, then more power to you guys. But I know I have too many things going on to remember all the settings, even when I use it week to week. So bulletproof method, write it down. Let's talk a little bit about rest periods. You do not increase the intensity of your workouts through taking shorter breaks. All you are doing, guys, by not resting adequately between your sets is you are limiting your training performance. Your goal is to move as much weight as possible with as much accuracy as possible. If you go into your working set without you physically being ready to perform, and you are either out of breath or still fatigued from your previous set, you will not be able to recruit maximum muscle fibers and create as much tension as you potentially could going into a set when you are fully fresh. I personally like to take between 3 to 5 minutes rest in between working sets. Smaller body parts, take a little shorter rests. Bigger body parts, I take longer rests. Now, my rest periods also are dictated by the exercise. Isolation work, generally, I will rest a little bit shorter, 2 to 3 minutes. Big compound work, 3 up to 6-7 minutes. Now, if I was to give you a perfect guide, it's simply go when you are fully ready to attack your set with all-out effort and intensity. Intensity being effort, max load you can handle with good execution. Right. What's up, guys? This is a quick break just to let you know that if you haven't subscribed to the channel, guys, you definitely have to do so right now. The more of you subscribe to this channel, guys, the more content I can actually bring and more value I can provide you all with. So guys, support the channel. Make sure you support me using my code Kuba10 with Trained by JP and code Kuba Hardbody. And for all things coaching, consultations, and one-off training plans, please visit Team MK Coaching and see what we can do for you guys, for you to become the best version of yourself. Now, back to usual programming and back to your ultimate guide for a pull day. Beautiful. Right? Perfect. One more set, guys. 3 working sets on this bad boy, and then 3 working sets on the pull down after. More lat work. As always, lats can never be big enough, guys. Remember, guys, you cannot completely isolate a division of your back. But what you can do with smart exercise selection and execution, you can bias a division of your lat more than the other. So certain exercises, like the exercise I did to begin with, will target the lat more over the upper back. This will also target the lat with some upper back and a little bit of rear delt. Next exercise, more lower lat. Then exercise following that will be more upper back. However, you have to understand all of these exercises still train your entire back musculature. It's not possible to isolate such a big body part But because your back has different divisions, you can target one area or one division over another. Write it down. Bias in your back simplified. 248.8. Huh?
I was going to say feel good.
Always feel good.
I know what the answer is.
Always feel good, man. Last few days and then diet break and deload. Yeah. From Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Beautiful. Tremendous piece of kit from our friends at Citadel. I actually have another one of these bad boys coming for my personal collection, and I cannot wait for it to land because it's an amazing piece, so versatile. The adjustability and resistance profile on this piece makes it just a fantastic machine all around. As you can see here guys, set number one was actually lighter, but set number one was more of an even profile where the load was pretty much consistent all the way through the rep. Moving all the way on the top now makes it heavy in the stretch and the load drops off in the shortened range where I am weaker. Therefore, I am able to actually get more load for same reps, but that shift in resistance profile just makes it so much better. It gives me the ability to match the resistance profile of the machine with the strength curve of my lat, which is amazing. So massive shout out to Citadel, guys. Thank you for this piece, and can't wait for my next one. Yeah, perfect. I'm actually going to run 3 sets on here. The reason why we can afford to do 3 sets here is because you can adjust the resistance on this machine. So I'm aiming to pretty much match the reps with the same or even heavier loading, just adjusting resistance profile as I go along, which just makes it a perfect movement, especially as third exercise in. And the final exercise, which is the low row from prime, again, it's going to be loaded all in the stretch, which is perfect to finish off on because I still have plenty of strength here, but not so much here, guys. So pay attention to how you program these exercises. In some cases, you won't have no choice. You'll need to just stick by the movements that you have available, but if you have access to kit like this, it can provide you with some great additional stimulus, that's for sure. I used to just rush through the workouts. There's nothing worse because you notice some days, why am I so much weaker than last time? The small little changes, you're training your own, you're not really paying attention to your rest periods, and you're rushing through your workout. Take your time. Be selfish with your time in the gym. For me, this is quite literally the highlight of my day, right? Like, I enjoy being here. This is the time for me in my day to be present, do what I'm so passionate about, but with no distractions, right? I live my passion day and day out through my job, what I do with my clients, but this is different. This is for me. So if I can have this clear divide with my sessions where I just focus on me, I'm so much happier. And then I'm able to actually give back to others so much more because I do have this time to be able to spend working on myself. Super important, guys, to make sure that you give back to yourself so you can give back to others and be the best version of yourself always. That's something I've definitely learnt over the years. Perfect, that'll do. I fucking love this row. I love it that much, I actually have another one, brand new. Now, if I was to give you like the ultimate back exercise, this would be it. It's just, it hits the spot so well. You can feel your lat upper back, traps, it all just works perfectly. For me, this is like the go-to exercise for entire upper back and the lat to a degree as well. So yeah, prime, thank you. So this is actually exercise number 4, but next exercise is second to last. So I always feel like your carbohydrates need to be front loaded to a degree. And as you've noticed, I actually started sipping my intra-workout carbs as I started warming up, especially in the calorie deficit. When you are slightly depleted of glycogen, it really makes a massive difference. Energy levels are much higher, focus is better, pumps are better, and hydration is even better to a degree with some carbohydrates in there, gluten and creatine. So all the benefits. Final set done on the rows. We've got one set of shrugs now to do on this. This is more of a scapular retraction. The reason why I do these is because the limiting factor in your rows will always be your arms. And to a degree, you will still have some power left here with your arms straight to be able to do this. So very often, I will always finish on maybe a couple of shrugs once I've failed on the actual row. And then separately, I will do one working set of scapular retractions to target the trap and the mid back, just to finish it off nicely. Now, big heavy set on this, and then we'll move on to bicep work. So stay tuned. Fucking hell. One up. Yep. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, sir. What was that?
6.
Perfect. Okay, job done. Bicep and everything else. Let's fucking get it. Single arm cable curl. Extremely easy to set up on any cable. All you have to do is literally Put a D handle on the cable, set it up, take a step back, upper arm sits forward, and all you focus on is curling through. The most effective way to go is putting your arm in front of your rib cage in a comfortable position. Supinate your hand, keep your weight on the same side leg as the arm you're working with. Then all I want you to focus on is curling your pinky finger over your shoulder. Contract your bicep hard, then as you are coming to the stretch, don't just think about dropping down. Think about gently lowering your fist and pushing your fist up and away from you. That way, you will actually maintain a lot more tension on your bicep for our entire set. So if you want to try it out, get a huge bicep, get on this and let me know how you get on. MPS Max with free magnesium. Remember guys, it's only elemental magnesium that counts towards your daily intake. The best reference point for magnesium intake is 10 milligram of magnesium per 1 kilogram of body weight. So for me, at 115 kilo right now, it means I need at least 1,150 milligrams of magnesium per day. Hope I actually hope that's right. So, personally, I actually take it more. I'm up to 1,750 milligrams of magnesium per day. And for me, the difference in my recovery, sleep, and general day-to-day energy levels, it's huge. So, magnesium, guys, is extremely undervalued. So many health benefits. So if you're not using magnesium, make sure you get on it. Best way to split magnesium up is splitting it across the day with your meals. This way you'll actually avoid any potential digestive discomfort you may experience if you take too much at one time. Right guys, that is back day done. Back rear delts bicep. Full guide on how you can design your pull day is done. So recap, single arm pull down. It was a bit of a different variation and it definitely hit the spot. Followed by a single arm row, then back to a single arm pull down and moving in a different plane of motion. So we had a pull down coming from this plane of motion and then this. So we're moving in the more sort of sagittal plane of motion and horizontal and all the different planes of motion for all the geeky guys. But anyway, it does actually have merit and there is a big difference between both. So incorporating that today definitely felt great. Then exercise number 4 was a low row into a shrug. Exercise number 5, single arm cable curl. And exercise number 6, reverse cable fly. Now, 2 to 3 working sets per exercise. Rep range, 6 to 12 repetitions. And you cannot go wrong. So now you have the tools to design your perfect pull day. And you have the knowledge to do so. So guys, if you enjoyed this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Please share if you had got something from it. Share it with your friends and comment below on what you'd like to see next. Thank you guys. We're 8 weeks out. coming too soon, guys. Coming to the stage too soon. So stay tuned.